I don't want you taking me back into theatre.
Welcome to WatchMojoUK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 British soaps that got cancelled.
Why should he control us like that, hey? I've had it up to here.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
For this list, we'll be looking at some of the most popular and most unique British-made soap operas that got canned for one reason or another. Which is your favourite soap ever? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. The Grove Family. We have to start off with the first UK television soap in history. The Grove Family starred the Grove Family.
Well, there you are, you see, money under the bed, that's a very substantial inducement.
Yes, if any crook knew about it, which seems unlikely.
Based in London, the show features the patriarch, Bob Grove. He lived in a house with his mum, his wife, and their 4 children. The first episode will be confusing for millennials and Gen Z, since it shows the family paying the last sum for their mortgage.
Isn't there some mistake, lady?
I never make mistakes with money.
This is the exact fare.
I am well aware of that, but I don't believe in tipping.
We then witness Bob's building business begin to grow. Due to his job, this allowed the soap to promote home security to the audience. After years of writing, Roland and Michael Pertwee asked for a break, but the BBC refused. Instead, they cancelled the popular show. Maybe a slight overreaction?
Officer, what are all these tools?
Oh, all right.
Number 9. Night and Day. Have you ever wondered what the love child between soap's melodrama and the whodunit of an Agatha Christie novel would be? Well, ponder no more, as that's what Night and Day is all about.
Be careful what you wish for, Della Wells. You may just get it.
The first series focuses on Jane Harper and Della Wells. By the end of the day, Jane has disappeared, and no one knows what happened. The series then focuses on the families as we slowly put together theories on what happened to the teenager. However, Night and Day did get weird as time went on. At one point, someone turns up who's able to stop time and erase people's memories. Due to this, and the unique nature of the soap, its ratings began to decline. So, Night and Day was canned.
Jane.
Number 8. Revelations. Russell T Davies is one of the best TV writers around. Not only has he worked his magic on Doctor Who, but he also swept up awards for It's a Sin. But one of his earlier works was co-creating Revelations alongside Brian B. Thompson and Tony Wood. This show follows the family of priest Edward Rattigan and his wife, Jessica. Revelations actually featured the first LGBTQ+ character that Davies wrote in the form of Joan, a lesbian vicar played by Sue Holderness of Only Fools and Horses fame.
You're absolutely decided that you're not going to tell Rachel?
Definitely not.
Sadly, things didn't work out for the show, and it only lasted 2 years. Number 7. Families. Speaking of Russell T Davies, he was also on the writing team of another soap, Families. This one was interesting, as it primarily followed 2 families during the early days.
Why don't we have a drink at home? Because I want to get smashed out of my mind, Anton.
The Thompsons, who were based in Cheshire, and the Stephens, who were living it up in Sydney, Australia. The 2 families then intertwined with various soap shenanigans. However, this format was changed completely, which took the shine off its main special feature.
So, what are you saying? You don't trust me?
Now what do you want, the honest answer or the polite one?
Funny girl though, aren't you?
The show was later cancelled in order for ITV to put on daytime repeats of Coronation Street and Emmerdale instead. Yet the highlight of Families was that it was one of Jude Law's first roles on the silver screen as Nathan Thompson. Number 6. Crossroads. At one point, Crossroads was the second oldest soap on TV, just behind Coronation Street. This soap was based in the Midlands, and in the early episodes focused on 2 feuding sisters and their families.
When are you going to put your makeup on? I've got it on. That's not makeup.
Those sisters being the wealthy Meg Richardson and the not-so-wealthy Kitty Jarvis. Later, the soap soon began changing production companies, some of which weren't bothered about the show. So Crossroads was dropped by 1988.
You're not used to drink, are you?
Not used to drink?
Thanks to nostalgia, the Midlands soap was revived in 2001. However, the audience soon lost interest as Crossroads wrote off popular characters and distanced themselves from the original run. The final episode was in 2003, where it turned out the whole revival was a daydream by one of the characters.
Well, who knows what kind of replacement they're going to dredge up?
Number 5. Spring Hill. Wow, Russell T Davies was a soap machine in the 90s, as Spring Hill is another one on his large list of impressive credits. And this one was bonkers.
An old people's home, I'm not old.
It took the standard format of a soap opera and then added a whole jar of supernatural elements. There were angels, witchcraft, time travel, and, oh yeah, the second coming of Christ.
Now we'll see how well you can protect him, John Paul.
As for the traditional soap elements, there was bigamy, adoption discoveries, and so on. Spring Hill was mostly structured to be about good and evil based on the classic family dynamics of the Freemans. Unfortunately for the show, it lasted less than a year before it was dropped. Number 4. Park Avenue. Well, this one is really going to age us. Before the internet was readily available within our pockets, we used to rely on teletext to find out what the current football scores were or what the news was.
Mr. Jones knows if he's won the polls, even before the sports roundup.
Teletext was a service available on TVs. Back in the 80s, ITV's Oracle teletext service branched out by showcasing the text-based soap Park Avenue. Created by Robbie Burns, the soap was published every day and tended to incorporate real-life topical news stories within its fictional realm. The series eventually moved to Channel 4's teletext in 1991 until the service was dropped. Park Avenue was the only teletext soap in the UK, giving it a real, unique factor. Number 3. West Way. When you think of radio soap operas, there's usually only one name that comes to mind: The Archers. After all, it's been going on since 1951. But there was another in the form of BBC's West Way. The show was based in a fictional health centre in West London and first aired in 1997. In 2005, however, the BBC World Service decided to focus on more factual programmes. As a result, West Way was booted out the door, which was a shame for the estimated 1.7 million strong audience. Number 2. Brookside. This Liverpool-based soap was a mould breaker at times after debuting in 1982. It actually featured the first British pre-watershed lesbian kiss back in 1994. It even had the first openly gay character on a UK TV series in 1985. Brookside also had some of the biggest names in the UK acting scene, but eventually ratings began to decline rapidly, from around 6 million at its peak to around 1 million. Brookside tried to revamp its floundering state to reverse the decline, but it didn't bring in enough interest. So it was cancelled by 2003, leaving Hollyoaks as the premier Channel 4 soap.
Come on. We've all got lives to get on with.
Number 1. Holby City. Yikes, this cancellation still hurts. In 2022, we witnessed the end of an era as Holby City finished. The reason stems from the BBC wanting to create more diverse UK content.
Screw it up and you'll have me to answer to.
So with 2 hospital-based evening TV soaps in the form of this and Casualty, Holby City drew the short straw since it was a spin-off of its big sibling. However, fans and famous alumni of Holby made their displeasure with the decision well known.
Stop. You've already done everything you could.
Over the show's 23 years on air, many well-known actors have appeared as characters, typically those that play the weakly patient.
Okay, Christian, how are you feeling?
Did it go all right?
Well, Mr. Griffin will be along to talk to you in a minute, but yes, I think so.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojoUK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.